Good morning, everyone. This is Toad Sage, the pre-market analysis. Last night, I reviewed what's going on, so I'm going to check that out first of all. Did some trade reviews. Let's look at the night before here, 30:30. So first of all, we are in a sell signal. So it means that the 10 is under the 50 on the real-time 30. But as I noted in my last night review, we actually came back up to the 50, and we actually are now over the sell signal continuation VWAP, and we got a chance to go ahead over the 50 and then break that next VWAP. So we're over some critical support. That critical support being buy signal VWAP from this buy signal when the 10 crossed over the 50. So we're over that support, but we're not yet over the 50, and we're not over the roll VWAPs. So we're kind of in this like in between, which is what I figured at the start of yesterday as well. Gapping back up just over these critical support area. You can tell it's a critical support area. I mean, it takes anybody with eyes can see that this is clearly a support going on right here. Strong level. So yeah, so we had that. We have a little daily fib. Let's note that. A little daily fib gap up. First green candle, fib body. Taught both of these VWAP and fib strategies taught by my mentors here, which name drop them at the end. So we got this daily fib, and yesterday that gap back above also put us back over the 161. We came down, we found the 1 support, and then actually closed above the 161. So we're now in a pretty good area, and now we're in a slight gap down, but we're still over that 161. So my thought from yesterday is pretty much still in line that we're still above these critical supports on the daily, critical daily VWAPs. We're still above the 100 here. We're still above buy signal VWAPs. We are also still above the CPI pump VWAP, which I also believe is a critical VWAP. Since we're still over that CPI, I think we still get a chance to kind of find support here. So if we look over here, got below it, a little bit of testing, reclaimed it, cap up, and now come back down. But like I said, still over that. So anyway, looking at then the 1 hour, 4 hour, which I don't pay as much attention to, but we can note it. Yeah, the 1 hour getting this kind of recurring bullish divergence, which in this one led to a sell-off, so maybe that's not much. This one led to a pump, whatever. I don't know if they're too meaningful, but if you look in the period a day after it happened, which is about where we're at now for each of them, the day after this one happened, we pumped, and the day after this one happened, we dumped. But I think what's important is looking at what happened in the pre-market here. On this pre-market, we pumped up in the pre-market, then sold off, and then we kind of trailed down. Um, so, and then in this one, the day after, we actually gapped down and then got that bought back up and found support. So what I'm saying is this scenario actually looks more like this one. Um, so I originally, I mean, it's hard to, I don't really have bias either which way, right? Because like I said, we're above these critical supports, but we're below these critical resistances. Like, not a great spot to be trying to play exact. So anyway, I forecasted that I think we're going to get a hammer doji, but now out kind of the daily, which bold call, whatever. That was last night. So all of this is subject to change in the morning. I thought the hammer was most likely fat candle up, second most likely crusher supports, least likely. Um, this right here is increasing the likelihood of that for sure. I said overnight gap down under supports, no bueno, not good at all. Support is innocent until proven guilty. I still think that. Overnight big gap up, don't think that will happen. Well, happened, got sold off, so not really gap up on the real time hour. So now we're doing today, what are we looking like now? And that is, gap up and boom, 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 just keeps on going. Um, got a little 5 minute bullish RSI divergence, doesn't matter, got sold off. A little more bullish divergence, so it's not really showing it, doesn't matter, got sold off. Um, I don't really look at those indicators too much on the 30, not going to worry about those. Turn that to pre-market. Like I said, still over the critical VWAPs. Let's look at those indicators. Yeah, of course it's negative. Of course it's going to be negative because we're getting this big roll. Um, okay. Yeah. So what am I thinking here? Um, I mean, yeah, giant roll. I mean, still in the sell signal, right? Still uh, has not changed. Um, we got this bullishness, but in the end, that hasn't really changed. Uh, on the daily, we are now at the 161. I think we could easily come back down and at least get to the one. Yeah, that's no big deal. The golden pocket, a little crazier. I mean, if that gets to there, that probably gets bought up. Uh, Probably. So, I mean, what am I really thinking here? I'm thinking, um, let's get a highlighter here. Where is the highlighter? Oh, it's actually here. What color is this? All right, good. Yeah, so I mean, coming down, 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 right? Probably gonna find support here. Probably even gonna go in and tell the group that I think we're gonna find support here. Um, so maybe like a bounce, right? And then let's go ahead and put the pre-market VWAP. Hit that with the top. Looks good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe a bounce up here to this fine, maybe some rolling here. Rolls on back down. Or, I mean, yeah, we could break it, right? If we want to go crazy, pump up, could break it, back test, keep on going. But I think with this type of bearishness, oh, this type of bearishness that we're seeing here, I think it's not looking too great. But like I said, this whole zone is innocent till proven guilty. So we're sitting now on the bottom up from today. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some price action forecasting exactly using these levels. I think either this holds and we come back, either this holds, we come back test this VWAP, and then at this VWAP, uh, this is going to be I think an over under level. If I sync that global, go to the daily. Yeah, I mean it's right about this 161. If you want to get crazy, you can go ahead and hit it with the hidden fib, right? That's near the golden pocket, a little under the golden pocket, right? So that's kind of a decision point. Um, so yeah, I think if we find support here, gonna come up here, decide here, hit it with the over under, look at your 5 minute indicators and stuff, whether this busts through or gets rejected. Now it's not gonna be as clean as this, I mean, I'm still fresh at this, but you can do whatever it wants. But yeah, I think that right there, or I think we'll go ahead and get the dumper doodle through this VWAP if it really wants to slide and knife on down. Um, if that happens, in that case, I would be looking for um, probably a back test of this VWAP live hours, back test from the bottom, right? Or if it really wants to get crazy, could come all the way back up to this high a day from yesterday. But at this point, I mean, the support, like I said, these supports are innocent till proven guilty, right? Except we've got a lot of resistance overhead. I mean, in this whole area. So like I've been saying this whole time, I really think we're pinched. Um, I really do think we're pinched. I think this is a critical level here, and I think this is like an big over under zone, and we're gonna kind of see what happens with it. I think I got some Keltners on here. I got the 15 Kelts, got the 5 and the 2. I think if we go ahead and recover the 5, we might get a little bit of a push back into the actual distribution here. Um, Here's the support at that CPI VWAP, just like I thought. That's great. So at this point, looking for a back test of this VWAP and then decision. I think this VWAP is going to provide a scalp off the bat, a scalp downward at least. If we come up and hit it, I don't think it's going to just blow right through, but it could. You know, you got to keep a stop. Um, and that scalp could turn into a continued roll downward, right? Because at this point with the support, if this keeps maintaining here, and that is pretty strong. This keeps maintaining. Um, I think we're gonna back test this, no problem. Maybe come all the way up to here to test like high a day as yesterday, and then we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen. So yeah, that's kind of my forecast at this point. Now that we're actually bouncing that VWAP, if this continues. Now, if this bounce fails and we get under the VWAP, that is going to be a scenario where we're probably going to come up, back test this area from below, and probably get some bearishness continuation there, which is in line with getting back into this 1 to 161 area, maybe even further if it wants to get crazy. And that's in line with the little 1 hour pattern that I'm seeing. That I'm putting my least significance on this, but the fact that it lines up here looks pretty good. Big gap up, big sell off, come back to recover a little bit and then roll down. I mean, this could this right here, it could easily be this day, right? So yeah, that's the analysis. I'm about to go jump back into my Discord with the group. I would highly recommend this group to anybody seeing this. This is a boiler room trading. Um, I highly recommend that. These guys right here, highly recommend them. You got some crazy traders here. Crazy traders. So, who taught me all about the VWAPs, who taught me all about the fibs, taught me all about all this stuff. So, we're gonna hop in there, drop our little prediction, see what today comes back. Remember, we're probably gonna backtest this, and then have to see what we're doing from there. Probably a short scalp to be had there. So look for some confirmation quickly off that. If you break that, then I think we're going. If we start breaking over these VWAPs and we start breaking it, I think it's squeeze time. So I think this is innocent till proven guilty, this resistance. And I also think that about these supports. So we're really going to have to see that cracked. Like I said, I think this is innocent till proven guilty, and there's the scalp off of it. I think this is going to hold a bit, so there's probably going to be a scalp off of it. I mean, look at the steepness of the slope. So I think scalps on both of these areas, because we're pinched between two significant support resistance, right? You got, and then now whichever one breaks, I think you probably look for continuation unless the market's being funky. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Best of luck.